If you think you have a subject that you want us to talk about, all they have to do is go to effithour.gmail. I fucked it up already. Hello, and welcome to the Efff Hour, where we express feelings, facts, and fallacies using words that start with the letter F. I'm your hostess, Carla White-Carey. Tonight's F word is finale. And I think that touches a couple of things, right?
We could definitely say that.
Yeah. One, because we're dedicating this show to my niece.
100%.
Brittni Danielle McClendon, who passed away untimely on April the 4th. And so this is our final show for now.
For now.
And it is the final for her. And so I'm excited about what we've got coming up. Excuse me. I just wanted to mention her because I had wanted to host her on the show. And she and I talked about it, and we just never got to it. So what a perfect way to end how we started, by paying homage to Brittni. So here we are.
Definitely from Exodus Nation, my brother, my family, our extended family outside.
Yes.
We all wish we could take the pain away that you're going through right now.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
This last week has been a lot.
Yeah.
Emotionally, we've been all over the place, and we have so much coming up.
Yeah, yeah.
Our brains can't really stop.
Yeah. I mean, if you think about it, since we've started, we've had a lot going on.
A lot.
We kept behind the scenes.
That's why we had to do this particular episode tonight, because we've had some really supportive people.
Absolutely.
Behind us. So when I brought the basis of what tonight was to you, in my head it was, let's give thanks to them.
Yeah.
Let's talk to them.
Yeah.
Let's be real, because the Efff Hour is about expressing facts, feelings, and fallacies. And we've covered now so many subjects that really weren't even relevantly personal to us.
True.
But it's what society is going through.
Yeah.
And we've never spoken on the struggles we were facing this whole time. So for the record, let's clarify some things. One, we've been working for 6 months. We have, out of that 6 months, 12 beautiful episodes.
Yes.
12.
Yes.
People don't understand the way that we've shot. Sometimes we've got those questions, are you guys live? Is it pre-recorded? Yes. 12 pre-recorded episodes that took us 6 months to gather.
Yeah.
What folks don't know is that we were literally filming those episodes while they were being released, sometimes the week of.
Sometimes the week of, absolutely.
The only real, I guess if you want to say, the only real head start we had, that would be Dion Green, who was the first person to step in our studio.
Yeah.
That would be Tanya Hudson.
Yeah.
Chana Wiley.
Yep.
And Alicia Bradley. What people don't understand is we did those in different orders. Tanya ended up being the first episode.
One, yeah.
Chana ended up being the second. Alicia third. And Dion was seventh.
Yeah.
So there was reasonings that we did that order.
Absolutely.
But those were the only head starts we had. Everything that's seen after that
came.
We were in the mix.
One after another.
We were already in the mix. And I didn't want to start off this way as far as sounding complaintive. I don't think I'm complaining, but what people don't realize is, one, the entire time we've been shooting, I've been working with one hand.
Yes, you have.
My broken hand is finally back to itself.
Our very first episode, you hadn't gotten hurt.
It was the only time I've been on camera without my hand being broken.
That's true.
And then what people don't know is what you've been going through. And I can actually see back to, you were actually hosting multiple episodes in pain.
Yeah, I was.
You were. And you soldiered through it. No matter how bad it started hurting, we got those episodes done.
Yeah.
And let's face it, let's be honest. We have not had really a what you call a smooth recording with any session we've had. There's never been just a smooth recording. And I can even say that when it comes to the week of releasing those episodes, I have gone through turmoil.
Yes, you have.
Whether it's been technology, whether it's been just in studio situations. Tonight, we're actually on, and we're going to be on time.
Yes, we are.
Last week, we weren't.
No.
That was completely my fault, by the way. And I want to apologize to everybody. This time, there were no technical difficulties. I myself decided I was going to break the rules, and I was going to use some music I shouldn't have. And YouTube is done.
Stuff real quick.
YouTube is done with me now. Normally, YouTube would just give us a copyright strike, and maybe we wouldn't be seen in Belize. Or South Sudan.
And I wondered what that meant when you said a strike, so I wasn't sure. Okay.
This time they literally blocked it.
Yeah, they sure did.
So I had to get in there. They held us back. The end punishment result was about an hour, 15 minutes. We were late. They wanted to make sure I felt it.
But it was a good episode.
So that I wouldn't do it again. And I agreed. It was a great episode. Yeah. And I promise no more
never again, music. You promise.
Yeah. Because next time they might just shut me down completely.
Right.
So
I'll tell you something else I don't think people realize.
What's that?
That it's just the two of us.
Two of us.
That does this.
Just the two of us.
Just the two of us.
Not only do they not understand that, but I don't even think you realize how much you do. Because normally you said to me, you host and I do all this other stuff. We have catering. Yeah. That's all you. People have asked us, those t-shirts that you guys got that are so beautiful, where do those come from? All you.
True.
So we are the producers.
Yes, we are.
100% from start to finish. Nobody else has ever done.
Nobody else.
No, it's been us. And that's rough.
It has been rough.
It's rough. I love it.
But because I'm such a controlling person,
me too.
I'm okay with it.
Me too. Yeah, I've never had the issues. We've made 12 beautiful episodes together. And I don't think we've complained at any point about any of the work. We just get it done. Yeah. That's the point.
And I get excited about it. It gives me energy when you and I have our daily conversations about whatever pieces we're talking about, about production, guest, subject, all of that.
Yes.
I get energized by that. And then when we're done, I'm sitting coming like, okay, I got to call him because we got to tape this because this is a good topic.
Right.
Now we get to slow down. We get to gather our thoughts.
And the slow down, this is normal. I mean, if you work a job, you're going to get some time off. Yeah. You're going to build that up. And this is 6 months in. So after your surgery, after my surgery, and us working through that time, we never took this little time off just to heal. No. Just physically.
Physically or emotionally. Okay, so since we've been filming, Michelle lost her mom, which is my aunt. So we've experienced that. Now I've got this going on. And then we're getting ready to ramp up and do a whole bunch of other stuff.
Right.
And so mentally, I've got to prepare. I wasn't in agreement at first to take a break. I'm thinking, nope, we got so much more work to do, but we can't get it done if we don't have any energy to get it done.
Plus, we can't necessarily get it done when we have an upcoming packed schedule outside of the show.
Yes.
That's a whole other part of
So
this.
before you touch on where we're headed, I'm going to throw some names at you, and then I need you to tell me, and I'm going to run through these quickly.
Oh, okay.
But I want you to process as I'm saying them.
And I'm going to tell you.
And then I want to know your thought process when I say it.
Uh-oh.
Tanya, Vicky, Dion, Don, Adria, Deborah, Tiger, China, Don, Debbie, Lori D, Donnell, BJ, Adrian, Sean, Alicia, Matt, Chuck, Tracy, Tommy, and Michelle. What does that sound like to you?
An entire season. Of cast.
Yes.
People.
Yes.
Energies.
Yeah.
And I got to admit also a lot of trauma.
Yeah. It was a lot of trauma.
That's first thinking.
But those names are what created the success that we've seen so far.
Definitely.
Because you and I could sit here and talk all day. I don't think people want to see us talk all day. I think those stories, those topics that were brought to light has really given people something to think about. when we started with the N-word, I kind of shuddered. But then once we got into the content of it, I thought, wow, what a subject to talk about.
Right.
That most people don't want to broach.
Right.
So I say here, and let me say this to you. I say kudos to you because sometimes your thought process goes far and beyond mine. And I'll have an idea, and then you'll take that idea and you'll make it magic.
I think there are people who don't understand that when you just look at things from your point of view, that conversation is not going to go as deep as you think it is. But then for me, I'm a people studier. I study people, and I always try to think outside of just one point of view. So anytime you bring me a subject, I start trying to think of 3 to 4 different views. Because if we're going to have a round table, especially a round table, we don't have to do as much work when it's a one-on-one. That person is coming with a story that we
already know.
We don't have to add to it. We just give them the platform to talk. When it comes to the round tables, I'm always looking for, hey, if you have an idea, what are 3 to 4 other different points that might come to this idea or this table to talk about that idea. So it just unfolds from that point. And then what makes it, no matter how the ideas come to us, have always felt that when I start talking to each guest, they're the ones who actually start making me think of, okay, we can go there. Oh, we can go this direction. So we come up with the ideas, but our guest, the ones that we select, they're the ones who bring the energy to that table and that conversation.
You know, when you talk about energy, I'll tell you something that comes to mind. The first time that I did a 2-people interview, correct me if I'm wrong, was with Sean and Adrian.
100%. That would be your...
That one, I was so impressed with Sean. Like, I know he's a smart guy. I know he's intelligent.
Right.
You know, I know he's ahead of his time, but the information that he left on the table for families who haven't gone through the journey the same way Adrian has, I thought was pretty phenomenal.
Right.
I learned a lot.
Oh, yeah.
To prepare for what's coming up real soon, which is her trial.
When we talked about that, and that's another part of our schedule. Because what people don't know is that we're going to be there every single day.
Every day.
Just like we were last time.
Every day.
So, and trials, if you've never been through one, wow, there's a lot. There's a lot to go through. There's a lot to process.
So I get to see the piece that I missed the last time. I didn't get to see the jury process and how they were selected.
Very first day.
So I'm excited to learn that process. So what I'm excited about is being able to get with you and we can film some things, updates, and let people know, you know, what's going on, what I've learned, what we see, you know what I'm saying? The last time we weren't here to do that.
And because we were new to it.
Absolutely.
So after we would leave court, it was a draining situation.
Yes,
this time it's our second time around. So now we're seeing it from a different level, a different perspective. We're going to want to talk about it more this time. Because now we've processed the feelings in the first round.
True.
This round, we're about to win.
Now we're going in for the kill.
And we want to make sure everybody understands. We can.
Okay.
we're not the ones.
We're going in for the win.
Yes. I understand why you would change it, but the win is definitely better. The W.
But then I think about, here's another piece that I think about, all the promos that you've put out and how you tailored them to get a specific message out to people, right?
Yes.
Those, even with the bloopers in them, and I have to laugh at me with some of that because people don't know how many takes it takes sometimes for me to say the Eff it hour expressing facts, feelings, and fallacies without effing it up.
And then normally,
even when you're standing in front of me with the T-shirt on, and I created the slogan.
And normally, that's it right there. That's the main thing. Is that normally when it's you who creates it, you're the one who says it best. But that's not the case.
Not with me, no.
Expressing facts, feelings, and fallacies. See, it's just it's in my heart.
I know.
It's in my head.
I still have to look at it and go, okay, let me make sure I got the order correct. So let's talk about going on the road. You've got your Ohio Families Unite Against Police Brutality t-shirt on.
That's because this weekend.
Yes.
This weekend. Not next weekend, not the weekend after. It's going to be this Saturday.
Headed to Dayton.
Dayton, Ohio. We will be there.
Headed to Dayton, Ohio for the block party.
The Ohio Families Unite Against Police Brutality block party.
And it is so different from what we've done in the past.
Definitely.
So for people who don't know, in the past we've done rallies, and it's consisted of families telling their stories. And how heavy does that get?
Right. And people ask us, like, is this an event that I should bring the kids to? Because they know how heavy we can get.
This event you want to bring the kids to.
This is family.
It's family oriented.
Yes.
It's food. It's entertainment. We're doing a podcast. Lots of stuff going on that should make people want to come out.
And Dayton will be the first of six
city tour. Yes.
Once a month, we'll be in a different city in Ohio.
Yeah.
We invite everybody to come out. Come out, meet us.
Yeah, come hang out with us. We'll have our own little section. So if you want to come and meet with us, if you want to get on the microphone, you never know what we got going on. You just may be on the Efff hour when you least expect it.
The nicer the weather gets, bouncy houses for the kids, face painting.
Yes.
Family event.
100%.
Now,
here's what I'm going to say.
Important.
I will say there is an expectation that I have this time around. Okay. Right? June 4th. Linden Park. The second annual Be Easy Day will be held on June 4th here in Columbus, Ohio. And I would love to see our friends, family, and fans come out, join us, have some fun, kick it with us. We're real easy to talk to.
Oh, yeah.
We love to have fun. I love to laugh.
You get a chance to meet Adrian Hood.
And you get to meet the mother of Henry Green V.
And she's worked so hard on the memory and the battle that she continues to fight for Henry.
Absolutely.
Last year we did it at such a short amount of time.
Yeah.
I think it was about a week that we had to put it all together. This year, Ohio Families is backing us.
Ohio Families is supporting this. Yeah.
This year should be bigger and better.
So, but guess what? They don't only get to meet Adrian. Right. They get to meet Chana who has been on our show, right?
Yes.
The sister of Jerron Thomas.
Second episode. Go back and watch it right now.
Yes. They get to meet Sabrina Jordan, who is the president of Ohio Families. She lost her son, Jamarco McShann. She also lost another son to street violence. So she kind of does a dual position in what she does, because she's not just about the police accountability, even though that is at the top of the list. She's also about the street violence piece also, right? So we'll also have Mario Gibbs, who is the founder of Stop the Violence here in Columbus. Tanya Hudson. So there's a lot of people that they've seen on our podcast that they'll be able to actually talk to and meet.
The entire 12 episodes, they can come out. And there's a good chance you're going to see the exact same people with us on the road that you've already seen.
Absolutely.
From the start of this.
Michelle and Tommy will be out there. So many of them. Dion Green.
Yes.
They'll get an opportunity to meet him. So I think, between Columbus, Cincinnati, Cleveland, Toledo, Akron, Canton, there's a lot of opportunities to come out, bring your children, bring your family, and just have a good time.
We're covering Ohio for the next 6 months. This is happening. It's going to be a long trip, too.
Yeah.
It's going to be a long trip.
I'm tired just thinking about it.
I heard you breathe, and I'm sitting here thinking, wow, every time we do something, we come back and need to recoup. So
then, okay, let's not stop there.
Oh, yeah.
Because we've invited to do a live taping at a facility. I won't disclose it right now until we have times and dates.
What I do prefer to talk about is the fact that we actually have a producer. After all this time, it's not just you and me doing this other.
Right.
This work is Dr. Matt Wilmot.
Yes.
That's the one thing we can definitely talk about.
Okay.
We can say that.
Yeah.
Because we're keeping it top secret, okay? We're keeping it top secret right now. Trust me, it's going to be probably one of our most engaging, I'll put it to you, I'll put it to the folks this way. What we've done in the first 12 episodes, we've pretty much freestyled.
We have.
You know, no matter how great they are, and I think people think we've written them. People think we've had these. We don't rehearse. We don't do nothing. No. We come to the table, and what is real, and it's going to be said. This is our chance right now that you and me, because the subject is so deep.
Yes, it is.
You and me have had to go back to school. We've had to learn things.
We are learning things.
We are learning, and we're growing.
On a weekly basis.
And that's the whole point of the Efff Hour, was to grow.
Yeah.
Learn from each other.
Listen, this piece that's coming up is an important piece to me based on the things that I am learning. And I want to make sure that I pay it the utmost respect.
Definitely.
When we do it.
Definitely.
So I'm willing to put in the work.
And after seeing, again, keeping it secretive, but we already have that table filled.
Yes, we do.
And
the
after
table is
being
full.
around our table of voices, I definitely don't want to come to the table shorthanded.
Yeah, we can't.
No.
We can't.
No, because we will play ourselves out.
Yeah.
And our table will actually just take over the whole hour. Just take it over.
Yeah.
We need to up our game.
We have to.
That's why this slow down.
How exciting, though.
It's very exciting.
But then we've also, Alex has invited us out.
Your daughter.
My daughter.
Yes. Who was on our extremely beautiful last episode.
She was.
Holding her own.
Yes, she did.
Against a table of probably some, hard-headed gentlemen.
Yeah.
She held her own.
Yeah.
And dominated it.
She sure did.
Yeah, she definitely did.
Very well.
Yes.
Very well.
And just a shout out to my brother. Thank you, Tiger. Thank you. Because working these last 6 months with you, as you know, me and my brother had our own podcast. We have our own podcast, but we had to go on hiatus for a while. And then once we started the Efff Hour, my time definitely became about us. And to have him come back to the table and for him to not miss a beat.
Yeah.
I was happy. He wasn't sure. He wasn't sure. And I said,
I'd like to have him back. I really would.
He's coming back.
I would like to have him back.
And Alex, as a matter of fact, we're already discussing our next fractured conversation.
I've got a really good friend who I spoke with recently about the fractured. And I haven't had an opportunity to talk to her, but she was watching that episode. And she's somebody I think I want to invite in on that piece. She comes, I love the way Donnell, BJ, Tiger, Alex kind of opened up.
Yes.
That door. I'm ready for somebody else to come and kick it in.
I don't think we're going to have an ending to the amount of people who want to speak on this topic.
It's a deep subject.
Yes. Yes.
And it's something that we need to have a conversation about.
And like we saw last week, it can go into so many different directions.
Absolutely.
There's no telling when you are just talking about one element of Black fracture, you are dismissing so many other factors.
Yes, absolutely.
And that's what we saw. Even at our table, even though everybody understood the assignment of the Black fracturing, everybody had their own points of where it comes from, where it stems from, what is the root cause. I'm not sure we'll ever, in our time, be able to get all the answers.
And that's okay, because the more opinions, situations that people have experienced, the more of that's put on the table, the broader the conversation becomes.
Yes.
And then it allows us to go, wow, I didn't realize we could take it around this corner right here.
Right.
So but I feel that way with almost everything that we've put on the table.
Yes.
We could revisit that and take it in a different direction every single time.
And I think it's because even if it's a different subject, the people who come to our table all have knowledge.
Yes.
They all have a passion. They all have an understanding, and we learn from each other.
Yes,
it's
we do.
not like we have someone sitting at the table who's just listening.
Yeah, no.
We have people whose voices...
They're very engaged.
Very engaged.
When I think about some of the subject matters that we've had and the people that come in so nervous and those are some of the ones that have done the best.
I'm not 100% sure who I've seen come in with confidence. Yeah, never mind. I can't think of a couple people. Okay. And they got cut a lot. Well, not a lot, but I would say that we've had a majority of people who have been nervous.
Who do you think was the most nervous?
Audrey Hickman.
Yes.
Audrey, and I had to watch it over and over in the editing, was almost white knuckling her cup. She wanted to take a drink, but she didn't want to interrupt anything. And there were a couple times I said, "It's okay. Yeah. I see you. You're thirsty. Go ahead and take that drink right there." But
I love her.
At the same time, with her nervousness, she never lost a beat.
Didn't miss a beat at all.
Nothing. And even if we were interrupted, going back to the fact that we've never had 100% smooth any recording.
The doorbell may ring.
If the doorbell goes off, if there's a message come through, she picked it right back up like that. She sure did. Regardless of nerves. Yeah. Regardless. And I think all in all, she would definitely have to be the most nervous though. Yeah. And now I would also say though, I would have to say your daughter Alex came a close second. And then had the nerve to just sit down and dominate the table. Right. The only thing I can say to that is I appreciate my brother because they did a warm-up session. Yeah. They were talking about Ukraine and politics and stuff we don't cover on the table normally. But then after that conversation, she was good to go. Yeah. And as everybody saw, no nerves. There was no nerves after that camera started.
I was thinking, I thought she said she was nervous.
She was. I remember seeing her before the show, and you okay?
She killed it.
Yes, I am.
She killed it.
But
who was the hardest one to get on the show?
Adrian Hood. Okay, because I had to stop and think. I think I approached Adrian originally a year and a half ago. But in my head, 5-6 years ago, she was telling me, no, I don't want to be on the camera. No, I don't want to sit down.
And it's a natural for her.
She's
just a natural.
I look at that a lot in her ministries.
Yeah.
And it's because if you only did something by the book or off a piece of paper, you wouldn't be Adrian Hood. No. It all comes out of her heart. Every time I've seen her make a speech, she has no idea what's about to come out of her mouth.
But you know who else is that way? Tanya,
it's so much harder to tell with Tanya. Yeah. Because Tanya, like Audria, Tanya never missed a beat. No. And as a matter of fact, I can remember we had a lawnmower stalking us outside. We couldn't get away from the lawnmower. Right. We had to stop for a while. And when she sat back down, I said, "Hey, do you remember where you were?" "I sure do." Mm-hmm. "Sure do." Yep. And then she said, "Just turn it on," and boom. And she looked right at you and right into it. That was
just some amazing people who we have been blessed to have sit in the studio with us and just share. And the beauty of it all is that so many will contact me later and go, "That was so therapeutic. Like, I didn't realize I needed to put that stuff on the table." Right. And how I felt after I got done. That feels good to me because guess what? Sometimes it's the same thing for me. And I do this every episode. Right. But one of the things that I've always wanted to come across is being authentic.
Definitely.
I don't want to be fake. I don't want to make up a story to make someone, no, everything I say is real. It's my stuff. Sometimes, some other words come out of my mouth and my mom will go, "Did you really have to say that?" And I'm like, hell yeah.
I have felt her from behind the camera wondering, did you really have to do that?
I have tried to clean it up some.
You've been doing great.
But I am who I am. Right. And so I don't apologize for who I am. If I offend somebody, it's never the intent. It's just me being me. And sometimes I'm very passionate about some of the things that we talk about. And it just, sometimes it just gets to me. But that must just be life because that's how I talk outside of the Efff Hour. But not all the time. I am intelligent enough to know when to turn it on and when to turn it off.
Oh, you have shown respect and you've shown, we don't know what that restaurant was.
No, we don't.
That got obliterated last week. Two of them.
Nor will I say.
Good. Because we'll get sued.
Because guess what? At the end of the day, the Efff Hour is never meant to be used to bring somebody down. Right. It is used to be informative. It is used to pique conversations and thought processes and all of that. But the last thing I ever want to do is drag somebody through the mud. That's why we're cautious as to not using names unless it's someone personal with us. Right. That's why we don't necessarily say what restaurant we had a bad situation with. call me, I'll tell you, but I'll never put it on air. That's not my place.
Right.
That's not my place.
And we don't have to spotlight people who have wronged us.
Yeah.
In order to tell our story.
Yeah.
You know, we can tell our story.
Yeah.
And we know what's going on. The people out there, you don't know this person. Why name them? Why?
Yeah.
Because this is not a form of attacking. This is a form of healing.
Yes, it is.
So we had to be able to tell our stories.
Absolutely.
But we don't
now,
have
you
to
know
bring
who
other
we
people
didn't
down.
mention?
Who?
Think about it.
Uh-oh.
Who has never been in this studio but has graced us? Tamara Whitlow.
Oh, wow. You're going to make me forget my friend.
Yeah, your friend who is now my friend.
Yes.
What a beautiful spirit. I love the
So
fact that
proud.
she'll get on TikTok and she'll give us some press as she's sharing her book information. Love her. I'm waiting to hear from the young lady who won her book to find out what she thought about it, because I know it's going to be exciting. I know. And she's already come out with another book.
Oh, yeah, that's what she does.
Jeez.
I'm trying. That's why I told you got to get to know her before the next 3 books come out.
Right.
You know, because originally when we were going to do her book giveaway, it was going to be her first book. And Tammy, don't be mad at me. I can't remember now at this point if she's had 10, 13 books since that first one.
Right.
But she said, no, I want you to release Firefly. And I was happy to. Firefly Part 2 is out.
Yeah.
We
really just got our hands on the first one and getting it out to people who have won it. And now I saw her on TikTok and I'm like, she's got another book out already?
She's been doing like this for years.
Jeez.
That's why I can't remember how many.
What an amazing woman. Tammy, thank you so much. We love you. I'm waiting for feedback, and as soon as I get it, I'm going to pass that on to you. Keep those books coming. We love it.
So you're going to get her on the show, please?
Yes, I'd love to have you on the show, Tammy.
Good luck with that.
I know, right?
Good luck with that. She can do all the TikTok videos.
She might call me and say, hey, I'm ready. She might bypass you and just call me.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I'm willing.
Yeah.
Hey, bypass me right on by and just come sit down.
Yeah.
Thank you. Please and thank you.
Please and thank you. That's my favorite saying. I just want to share with everybody to go back and review some of our old. I say old. Go listen to our first album.
They just came out.
I know, but here we are going into the second phase. And phase so 2. It's really not old, but some people haven't seen every episode. And so here's what I want them to know, that they can go to Exodus Nation on YouTube, subscribe, and hit like. It does wonders for what we're trying to do.
And please share.
Share, and share.
Share the knowledge.
Yes,
spread the knowledge.
Spread the word. Yes. Share the knowledge. If you know somebody who could relate, share the videos with them. It's that simple. And, you know, if you think you have a subject that you want us to talk about, they can go to EFF it hour @gmail.com. Leave us a message. You could. Both of us are KC, so it wouldn't really matter who you address. But leave us a message. Let us know what you're interested in. Even if you think you might want to be a guest on the show, let us know.
Let us know. Vocalize.
Yeah, I never say no unless you just don't know what the fuck you're talking about. No, you can take that out.
No, because actually, you've let people sometimes come around and didn't know exactly what they were talking about. We've had those, and they've never seen the light of day.
Yeah.
And I think that'll stay in the vault for quite a while. I didn't want tonight's F it word to be taken as clickbait because, as you said in the beginning, finale means a lot to us right now.
Yeah.
There's a lot of finalizations. For me, the finale part of this is I feel like we're graduating.
Yeah.
We are looking at the finale to our demo run. What people have seen has only been a demonstration of what we can do.
Yeah.
People don't understand. Sometimes we don't understand that we've been doing this so much on the fly. We haven't even begun to think about what happens if we sit down and structure and detail, cross every T, dot every I.
Yeah.
What could we be?
Yeah.
If we're doing this on the fly, then once we grow into our full capacity, I have no idea what to expect from us.
I don't know what that looks like, but I'm excited. I'm excited to take that journey and see where it takes us.
And that's why the finale to this phase has had to come to its full conclusion.
And you know, I like the way you put it, like this is our first album.
Yeah, well, we come from that music background, so
yeah.
for me, we're not TV people, so we're not saying season to season,
right?
And the thing is, like when we've done this first demo, as I call it, which I have titled Manic Mondays.
Yeah.
Why? Because of everything that we went through to collect those 12 episodes has been us living manic.
Yeah.
Now I want us to be able to sit down if we start building our team, just like having producer Matt Wilmot come on, Dr. Matt Wilmot.
Matt.
That is going to open the Eff It Hour so much more than our vibe has been beautiful.
Absolutely.
But now we need, just like any band, we need other musicians to join us because we're handling all the instruments. But what does someone else bring? What energy do they bring that then helps us grow that much more?
Helps us elevate,
So for us as former musicians, I look at it as not so much season to season, but pretty much similar to album, project to project.
Yeah.
What's happening right now is with us doing the in-studio stuff for the last 12 episodes, we're now about to hit the road.
Yes, we are.
So what's coming in the future now, and it's not that far away. Don't think that we're about to be off for a year or even months. We are literally going out next week to start filming what we're bringing to people.
There's so many other areas that we can expound upon that I never want us to be limited.
Right. And we don't want to do, I've said this, we don't want a cookie cutter style. We don't want to do that.
No.
So we want to be able to take this little bit opportunity. One, you and me, like we said, been doing it on our own. There's things that we actually need to start looking into deeper that we haven't had to really wrap our brains around. Marketing. Social media. And I don't want to age us, but I gotta say, for me personally, I'm gonna take it on. Man, look, I'm too old to be on everything, Carla. The TikToks, the Instagrams, the Twitters. It's just not.
That's why I posted, like, someone hit me up if you're, a marketing person, if you know about social media, hit me up. Let's talk. We could talk about working together.
Yes. Because we want to build a team.
We are definitely trying to build. And like we said the other night, it's like putting that band together. First you got the drummer and you've got the singer. Now you need a bass player and a keyboard player. And eventually we'll put those things together because I see this growing.
And it becomes an unstoppable monster. Well, I don't want to say monster. Machine. That's a better word.
Machine.
Unstoppable machine. Yeah. And as we said in the beginning, this episode is dedicated to your niece.
Yes.
So earlier today, I was able to film not only yourself, but also our Eff It Hour member, T-Battle. He was her uncle.
Yes.
You her aunt.
Yes, I am.
So I definitely wanted us to take a second, let everybody see that because your niece deserved it. And since she did not get to grace this table, we're going to make sure her name does.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for that, KC. I truly appreciate it. And I know my family will appreciate it.
Well, I love you, man.
Yeah, I love you too.
You're my family. So
we are family, definitely.
Definitely. And don't worry, guys. We're going to be back soon.
Yes, we will.
I think in honor of your niece, maybe this is the only time we don't have an Eff It We're out. So thank you, Carla.
Thank you, KC. Love you.
Love you.
Tommy, I'm really glad that you agreed to join me for this piece of this episode. This is a real important piece for me, and I know it's equally important to you. The fact that we share Brittni, your brother's daughter and my sister's daughter. And I can clearly remember meeting you at the Independence Gym after one of Brittni's games and her saying, "This is my Uncle Tommy," with so much excitement in her voice. And later on, I came to learn just how important of a person you were in her life. And it was just important that I dedicate this show to Brittni, who left us way too soon. She had said she wanted to be on the Eff It Hour. We laughed and I said, "Brittni, what are we going to talk about?" And she was like, "Shit, I don't know. We're going to talk about me," which would have been like a whole episode of fun had that happened.
Absolutely.
But the fact that she is gone, I really needed to spotlight our baby.
Is she really gone, though? Because there's some collateral damage with Brittni not being here. You know, there's a lot of love that Brittni shared. This is tough. Brittni, you talk about family. Brittni was more than just a niece. She was like my daughter, and I treated her as such. And because of our relationship and who Brittni was, I'm Uncle Tommy all over Columbus.
Yeah, yeah. I heard one of her friends say that Friday night after the balloon release, and that she said, Brittni said it's okay to call him Uncle Tommy.
Brittni and my daughter Shavante are a lot alike in this aspect. They were the protectors. They had brothers.
Right, right.
But they were the protectors.
Yeah.
And then Brittni loved hard. Brittni loved her family. Brittni was funny.
Oh, she was hilarious. She was goofy.
Yeah.
Let's be clear. Brittni was goofy. And Brandon highlighted that the other day when he made a post, and he put that in there because with not being disrespectful about it, it's just who Brittni has always been. You know? I even say she marked my granddaughter because my granddaughter is goofy just like Brittni. And they were two peas in a pod for a very long time. It was important to bring her jersey up and her picture because basketball was her life for a very long time, from Brookhaven to Independence. And she met so many people along that journey.
Yes.
She was a lot of things to a lot of people. You know, she was a friend, she was a mom, she was a daughter, a sister, a niece, a cousin, and countless other things to very many people. And, you know, I've seen so many posts on Facebook where people have just put their life, their heart on Facebook about Brittni. And it makes me feel good. It makes me feel good to know that I know I'm not the only one that loves her. And I know I'm not the only one affected by her passing. But I also know I'm not the only one that's going to carry her on until I take my last breath. So I think it's a beautiful legacy that she has left behind. And I wish I could have brought more people into the studio just to share a sentiment about Brittni. But the timing isn't good for that.
Right.
It's still very fresh.
Right.
And so, you know, we haven't even laid her to rest yet. So, but it was important to have you in this segment because you are a part of the Efff Hour, and more importantly, you carry a large part of Brittni with you. So I really just wanted to have you here to share a moment, a thought, a feeling. So I'm just going to ask you, give me an endearing moment shared with Brittni.
It's so many. Truly, it's so many moments.
How about when we were with her in the labor and delivery room when she had Harper?
My gosh. Yeah, that's.
Oh my gosh.
That's you know it's a special moment because she asked us to be there.
Yeah, she did.
You know, she asked us to be there. You know, to represent her, to be there so she can feel safe, and you know, our encouragement. You know, but there's so many special moments. One in particular is when my mother loved Brittni so much. We were, me and the boys, we were going over to George to play basketball, and Brittni being the tomboy that she was, wasn't having that. We wasn't taking her. She wasn't having that. No, I'm going. And it took my grandmother to say, Brittni, you are a little girl. You don't need to be going with them every time they go somewhere to play football or basketball. You stay here with me. And Brittni had a fit. 20 years later, or more than 20 years later, Brittni brought Harper to the house to see Mom. And mother, tears in her eyes. She was so proud of Brittni being a mother.
Yeah.
You know, she said, even tomboys can be mothers. And her and Brittni just hugged, and I mean that was a good moment for me to see that come full circle.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And you know, because Brittni, I mean, Kevin, Quan, Brandon, Terrence, Brandon, Reggie, they couldn't go nowhere without Shavante and Brittni. Shavante was a little more, you know, okay, grandma, I'm gonna stay. Brittni, no. Brittni kicking and screaming, no, I'm going. And she knew she can beat all the boys. But at the same time, she would protect all of them. She would protect me, Big Kevin. You know, you couldn't say nothing wrong about Big Kevin and me. You know, but she, you know, her spirit will live forever.
Yeah.
The love, the smiles that she lit up a room. I'm telling you.
Always. Something funny, something goofy. You're right. She was a very, very loving. One of the things that I love highlighting about Brittni is how beautiful Brittni was, right? Yes. Brittni was just a gorgeous, didn't have to put no makeup on, just a beautiful, beautiful, she grew to be a beautiful woman. She was a cute little girl, but she was just a beautiful woman. But when you talk about the protective piece, Brandon talked about that. He said, you know, she would jump in front of me and say, hold on. Right. I got this. That's Brittni. That's Brittni. That's Brittni. I'm so grateful for the relationship. You know, sometimes we don't have close relationships with people, and so we just have some memories, right? I had an extremely close relationship with Brittni. Talked to her a week and a half before she passed. Would send her encouraging text messages in the morning because she asked me to do that for her. And so, you know, it's hard to fathom not being able to pick up the phone and make that phone call. But I do know that one of Brittni's pains was missing her brother, Chad. Yeah. And so her brother Brandon spoke on that, and he said, Chad's taking her now. He's got her. So I find comfort in knowing that as much as she grieved her brother, that, you know, they get to be together again.
But you know, it's going to be a struggle even in heaven for them, because Terrence is there.
Yeah.
Grandma Josie is there.
Her grandpa's there. Both her grandpas are there. All three of them. Yeah. You
know, and Brittni loved all of them. Yeah. Brittni talked about them, how much she missed them. Yeah. And, you know, as much as Brittni was loved, as much as Brittni shared love, Brittni was in pain. Yeah. And, you know, I wish I could have done more.
I think that's everybody's sentiment, that we wish we could have done something different to make a difference. But guess what? The piece that I am comforted by is that Brittni is at peace. Yes. Brittni is where Brittni wanted to be. Brittni is at peace. Yes. And so with that being said, I'm going to miss her. I'm going to cherish all the memories. I'm going to revisit the pictures as often as I need to feel her presence. But she's at peace, and I'm okay with her being at peace.
And Brittni will want us to be at peace.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Because it's one of the pieces that she Uncle Tommy, you okay?
Yeah.
And
she called me an old hag. I just want you to know this. I was reading my text messages, and I was telling her about my knee and my ankle, and she said, "You old hag." And I go back to that probably once a day and just laugh, because that was Brittni.
Yeah, she is, and will always forever be, you know, a light in my life.
Absolutely.
You know, so you know, all the nieces and nephews I have, and all the manufactured nieces and nephews I have because of Brittni. Yeah. You know, continue to I will continue to miss and love her. Yes, I mean, this is a tough one.
Yeah. This one, I don't know that anything has hit me as hard since I've lost my grandmother, and that was 40-some years ago. This one hit me really hard. But again, God placed her in our paths for a reason, and I'm going to cherish that. I don't want to keep crying. I want to rejoice in the fact that she would be here pissed at us for all the tears.
Absolutely.
Because that's not who she was.
Absolutely.
And so again, it was just important that the Efff Hour didn't get graced properly with the presence of Brittni. But today is Brittni's day on the Efff Hour. And I just ask everybody to keep our families in prayer. We still have a long road ahead of us. And she has 2 young children. And so we just ask that you keep them in prayer as well. And with all of that being said, I release my baby to be peaceful from this point forward. I love you, Britt.